Hey everybody, this is my second Nickelodeon review. This time I'm reviewing their sister channel Teen Nick, which shows recently finished live action sitcoms like iCarly and Victorious. It's also more famously known for since 2011 90s are all that, which I'm about to start off with because that is my favorite thing about the channel. I think Teen Nick is a good channel. I think they kind of suck these days, but I still think they're a good channel. They're way better than the main channel, Nickelodeon. And like I said, I'm going to start off with 90s Are All That, which is my favorite thing. Of course, 90s Are All That started in 2011 after several people on Nickelodeon's Facebook page demanded that the 90s stuff like All That, Kenan and Kel, Doug, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, all that stuff returned. So Nickelodeon from I think it was 12 o'clock midnight till 4 o'clock showed 90s are all that with a rerun. I think starting at 2 o'clock with an encore starting at 2 o'clock, and it was awesome. I think it sucks these days, but this review is gonna cover from 2011 all the way till now. Starting with 2011, which was the best era. 2011, 2012, this was the best era of 90s are all that. They had shows. They had shows like all that, the original All That from 1994 till 2000. Then they have Kenan and Kel. Love Kenan and Kel. Kenan and Kel, a show I've never heard of called Clarissa Explains All. I keep forgetting the actress's name, but she's the main star. She was the main star of the show. Sabrina Teenage Witch. That sitcom. I keep forgetting the name of that sitcom, but that sitcom, she was the star of that sitcom. I didn't know she had a show before that, and this show, Clarissa Explains All, this show was awesome. This show was awesome. I never got to see this show because I started watching Nickelodeon, I think, in 95 or 96, and by that time, this show was finished, so I didn't get to see that show. But this Clarissa Explains All, this was an awesome show. Then, of course, they had Rugrats. I love Rugrats. Rugrats that started to get stale around 2000 when Kimmy joined the cast. Then, in my opinion, it got good again with all that, with All Grown Up. But of course, Rugrats All Grown Up. Rugrats All Grown Up wasn't that popular, so that quickly ended. But you love Rugrats. Love Hey Arnold. Love Hey Arnold. So happy to see that back. You don't know how happy I was to see Doug back. I always knew I would see Rugrats and Hey Arnold again because Rugrats had been rerun on the main channel Nickelodeon and Nicktoons Network. And Hey Arnold, they could have always brought that back, but I didn't think I would see Doug back with the whole Disney Doug thing they did with Disney acquiring the rights to Doug back in the 90s. I didn't think I'd ever see Doug on the channel. You know how awesome and nostalgic it was to see Doug back on the channel. Never thought I would see Doug back on the channel. Kenan and Kel, all that. Once again, they could have brought these shows back anytime, so I knew we would see those shows again. But Doug, and then of course you got Cat Dog, which in my opinion, that show is never great. I grew up with it. I love watching it, but shows like Cat Dog and Rocket Power, those shows are really never all that great to me. Same with Angry Beavers, another show I've saw on the lineup recently. Yeah, that show was good. Real Monsters. That was another awesome show Nickelodeon had back in the day. I saw that most recently on some kind of marathon block. I keep forgetting what kind of special occasion that was, but that was another awesome show. Then they had other reruns of shows like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Salute Your Shorts, the game shows, and I love the 90s All That bumper with Kenan Thompson giving you the he says millions asked for it, and now 90s are all of that. Then this huge 1 minute anthem rap song comes on, showing you all the stuff that you hear. Ren and Stimpy, another awesome 90s Nick Tune. You hear Ren and Stimpy saying, "It's good to be back." You don't know how happy I was to hear that. And then and then yeah. So yeah, 90s was all that. The 2011 2012 era was the best. 2013 it started to go downhill a little, because right now all they're showing is Hey Arnold, Rugrats, and Cat Dog weekdays, and on weekends, all on weekends, Keenan and Kel, all that, and yeah, Keenan and Kel, and all that, and Hey Arnold, and Rugrats, and Cat Dog. But it's pretty much just been the same thing. They need to rotate the shows more, and in my opinion, they need to mix them with the current shows. Why can't some of these shows be shown during the day? Some of these shows be shown since Teen Nick is pretty much a rerun channel. The only new premiering show they have on there was Degrassi, and most recently Life with Boys. Life with Boys. Those are the only two premiering shows they have on there. That's just a music video teen type channel, another MTV type channel. That's all Teen Nick is. And then of course, well, since Amanda Bynes got into some trouble recently, they can't show Amanda's show, another awesome 90s show. This is the only show they actually showed in during the day in marathon formats, which they need to do with the other shows. They need to mix them with the shows they have now. Now let's get to the other stuff. That's enough about 90s, all that. Let's get to the other stuff. I love Drake and Josh. Love Drake and Josh. That was one of the last good shows they had. Come to think of it, I think when Drake Bell and Josh Thompson, when those guys, Josh Peck, that's his name. When those guys grew up and left Disney Channel, left Nickelodeon. I thought Nickelodeon went downhill, completely went downhill. They never really recovered. Then of course you got How to Rock, a show starring Symphonique Miller, Master P's daughter, and Little Romeo's brother. I thought this was this show was kind of stupid, crappy, and cheesy, but I thought this was an entertaining sitcom with real morals that kids, teenagers, and even adults, the whole family, could enjoy, but mostly the kids. But I thought this was an awesome sitcom. Sucks it didn't do well in the ratings and was canceled, because this was one of the only shows on Nickelodeon from their sitcom that actually still liked. Then you got garbage like Victorious. Victorious wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed the show when it first came on, but over time the show just became excessive. It became the only thing Nickelodeon cared about, and it just started getting stupid, crappy, and superficial, and just fake it. That was just a garbage show. Even when it was good, that was really just never a good show, even when it was good in the earlier seasons. And I'm sick of seeing it, and I hate seeing it here. iCarly, another show. This show was even worse than Victorious. This show, it got better a little bit later when the characters grew up, but this show was just stupid. This show treats the world like the internet is the best thing ever, and that people take time out of their meaningless lives to watch something even more meaningless, a YouTube or an internet video. This show was just crappy, stupid, and exaggerated. I'm glad it's over, and I hate seeing it here on this channel. No disrespect to the actors, but both of these shows were garbage. Big Time Rush, the worst. This show was even more worse than the last three. The only thing I like about this show is I think Big Time Rush is a good pop music dance music type band, but this show is terrible. They rely on FX, exaggerated moments, way too much, toilet humor, all the trademarks of Scott Fellows, who I'm really getting sick of, and I'm going to do a rant on soon. But this show is crap, and I'll be happy when this show is over. Then you got other crap like Bucket and Skitter, the worst buddy show. You have buddy shows like Keenan and Kel, Drake and Josh, and then now you got Bucket and Skinner. Bucket and Skinner, the worst buddy type show. Then True Jackson VP, whatever that's on. That's a good show. That's another awesome show that was canceled way too soon that I enjoyed on Nicktoons. Then of course you got Degrassi, which is good, but I really don't care about that. I really don't care about. Never really care much for Degrassi, and it's just music videos. But yeah, that was my review of Nicktoons. That was my review of Nick um this is my review of Teen Nick. It's a good channel, but this channel really needs some improvement. This channel really needs some improvement. All right, Doug out.